Because look. Oh no, that's really yeah.
Designed by the British in the night. They're going to go once around the track for you. You can see that it's actually very maneuverable. It's open top, so that side armor, that armor is really just going to protect those inside of it from small arms fire or from shrapnel from shells. It's not really going to take a round from it's actually an M3A1 variant. This is a 1941 tank. Running right. The Americans developed this tank to actually combat vehicles like the Panther III or the Stug III. But it's 37mm weapon. Fire! Quite a punch for a little tank. Now, okay, this is one of our two operational M4 Sherman tanks. This is a 1944 Sherman tank. You can see that it's more. That is one large bang. Commander, are you ready? Fire. All Second World War vehicles of the Ontario Regiment come out in a parade, so you can actually see what I was talking about that size comparison and that development. We're going to have the Bren gun carrier. Look how fast that Bren gun carrier is. being a reserve regiment, the Ontario Regiment was then moved back into reserve. The war was here is one of the most famous vehicles, and everybody recognizes this vehicle. I have earphones on, but come on, do we know what this vehicle is? It's a Jeep. Okay. Unlike the Jeep, it's actually armored. It weighs about 4 tons. This is the Ferret Scout Car. As Lieutenant Colonel Clayton had mentioned, this museum started 40 years ago in 1980 with just 9 of those Ferret Scout cars. So here we are now with one of North America's largest collections, and we started just with those ferrets. Post-war recce vehicles. I'm going to come around for you again. Here we have the M38A1 Jeep. Everybody loves a Jeep. Very reliable, very maneuverable, off-road capability. We have the Ferret Scout Car of the 1950s. And the Lynx Command and Reconnaissance Vehicle of the 1960s. Here we have a Canadian-made vehicle by Bombardier. This replaced the Jeep in the later part of the 20th century. This is the Bombardier Iltis. It's developed on a VW design. We just talked, remember, right back. Heavier vehicle, just like we had in every generation of vehicles, these mechanized armies, they require the quarter-ton truck or the Jeep, they require the logistics vehicle, the reconnaissance vehicle. So here we see one of the another Canadian development. This is called an AVGP, or Armored Vehicle General Purpose. Like the M113, it is a basis, a chassis that you can build all different types of vehicles off of. And this one you might... You see it has air brakes there. It's a 6-wheel vehicle. The AVG... Another vehicle in the AVGP series, remember it was a chassis that could have several different variants. This is actually the armored reconnaissance variant. You can also see how quick it is. It also has the same 6-wheel configuration. It was slightly amphibious, but notice that this actually has a turret on it with a 75. This is definitely not a light reconnaissance vehicle. Leopard 1. In 1978, it was big news for the Canadian Armed Forces. You'll notice representing the Corps. So now let's have a look at those vehicles of the late 20th century and early 21st century, used by the Ontario Regiment and other Canadian units. We have the Bombardier Hilton. We have the Armored Recovery Vehicle, the Husky, ABGP Husky. Here they come. Very dear to our regiment, we have the ABGP Cougar Armored Reconnaissance Vehicle, flying the Ontario Regiment battle flag. And the massive Leopard C1 main battle tank. First completely modern main battle tank. You see the Leopard, he did that pivot turn just to show you the maneuverability of the vehicle. If you're up higher in the stands, you can see this massive donut. single one of them. A lot of armor you just saw, a lot of armor you saw moving around. Can you imagine that no other museum in this country, and probably less than what I can count on my hand in the United States, can actually feel the 8-ton monster? A very Cold War vehicle against two modern main battle tanks. So here's our first contender. Once again, I was telling you about that on the Leopard, that 105 is a massive 105 main cannon, 105 millimeter main cannon, used by the United States, developed in 1960. Saw service with the United States right up into the 1991 Gulf War, then was moved to a secondary role, as a supporting role and a training role in the United States, but exported around the world. Here comes the contender. It's a Leopard, but it's not a 1978 Leopard C1. This is one of the most modern variants of the Leopard 1 from the Belgian Army. This is a Leopard 1A5, still in service with 14 NATO nations around the world. The Leopard main battle tank, like I was saying, that Canada first got them in 1978. It was one of the longest about 38 tons for this tank here, against the 56 tons for the M60. It's much lighter. Why would they sacrifice some armor? For speed. And I talked to you about the Leopard engine and how it feels when notice we'll have, when it gets to the field, we'll have a maneuverability and a speed advantage. They both have equal firepower. They both have the NATO 105mm Royale. Who do you think got the best shots? Who do you think did the best maneuvers? Had used the best tactics to win this tank battle? To start Battle Royale. M60 commanders having none of that. You can see that slow movement on the gun there. First shot off by the M60. Both the Leopard is now creating a smoke diversion. I was talking to you about the smoke launchers on the vehicle. Gets one shot off on the move. We can barely see the Leopard in the deployed smoke trying to confuse the M60. And here you see the Leopards. You notice the gun depression on the vehicle. At the rear of the vehicle, it's very difficult to get the gun down on target. That's called gun depression. How far Leopard gets off a shot. M60 in position now, putting it strong on target. Leopard is using its speed advantage, as you can see. Moving on the move. Now the Leopard is in a great position on the M60 to get a shot on the weak armor. Come on. Whose engine compartment is exposed. Now the M60 pretty smart. They're using that hill. M60 again. It's just like the Leopard's trying to shoot. shots. They both got some good shots here. But once again, the M60 is down using the decorator position there, firing at the M60. You notice the lower hull of the Leopard. The Leopard still with the smoke diversion. Now the M60 is advancing with its strong frontal armor towards the Leopard. Leaves the Leopard actually in a disadvantage at the moment. Its side, with weaker armor, is facing the M60. M60 now has the terrain advantage with that hill. So Leopard's going to have none of that. He's probably going to use his speed to get out of that disadvantageous position. See how much faster the Leopard could move. Try to switch it up on the M60. Leopard in a great firing position now, stationary, tracking the target. Right here, they're both now backing up. He doesn't want the Leopard to come around his rear again, sort of defending his position. M60, there he is. He's tracking the target. No, now the M60 is going to run for it. Keep that frontal armor towards their opponent. And a shot on the move. M60 advancing on the Leopard. Now the Leopard's rear engine is exposed to the M60. To get the shot on the M60. M60 now has the super advantage. And another round in by the M60. He had the advantage there, they just cannot keep up. The speed of that Leopard 1. Okay, I'll go do one more round, and then we'll pull him out front here. Basically, the Leopard just did the same thing to the M60 that happened to them earlier. Getting some good shots on the M60. M60 a good shot again, put on the frontal armor. Leopard just we gave them the radio signal, but it seems that Leopard just wants to get one more shot off on the M60.
Go!
Amount of skill on behalf of both crews, showing off the capabilities and